After all these years, I still can't fully let go. Why is it so hard? I know I should let go. I know what happened is already a fact, something that can't be changed. I say that I've moved on, but deep down, there are still traces of it in my heart. Something I just can't fully release. Are you like that too? So what exactly must I do to truly let go? The answer is cultivate the heart. I still need to continue working on my inner self. Negative emotions like guilt, shame, regret, I need to remove them from my heart. And I need to forgive myself. Because all the foolish decisions or actions I made in the past, they were simply due to a lack of wisdom. It's not because I had bad intentions. I've heard that everything in this universe is built upon letting go. And letting go is the hardest life lesson to master, and there is a process. What is the process? It is, firstly, see the whole unfortunate event clearly. Secondly, acknowledge it already happened. Thirdly, transform the negative energy to positive. Then return the positive energy to yourself and be reborn to a wiser version of you. How to actually go through this process? The practical steps are cultivate your speech, your body, and your virtue. To see clearly or see through it. Yes, by now I have a much better understanding the laws of this world and the universe. I understand why things unfolded the way they did. It's the law of nature, the ecosystem of the universe. I also acknowledge that it already happened. And I acknowledge that I made some inaccurate decisions, judgments, or actions. I can't blame the environment or other people's mistakes. Those were never in my control. I've also learned to transform that pain into wisdom earned through suffering. In that sense, I have become wiser. Something inside me has awakened. I can read the laws of the universe and this world so much more clearly now. I've also returned some positive energy back to myself. My peace, my calmness. I gave them back to me. So I no longer live as someone who only complains. Forgiving others and forgiving myself is ultimately for my own good, not just to benefit anyone else. As for rebirth, I feel like I'm on the way there. A brand new version of me. Even though half my life has already passed, even though I'm later than most people. But late is still better than never. And from a spiritual perspective, it's undeniable that I came into this life to awaken in this lifetime. This is the path I must walk from whichever types of metaphysics perspective I look at it. It's just that sometimes I feel so tired after half a lifetime of pressure, heartbreak after heartbreak. And after menopause, sometimes my body just can't keep up. I feel exhausted, both physically and emotionally. Sometimes I feel like I only have enough energy to get through daily life, to keep up with the wheel of life, as if I no longer have extra energy to create a new business. But this is exactly what I need most right now. I've also heard, if universe owes me, it will pay me back. I really hope that's true. And I choose to believe the universe knows. It's not that I'm lazy or unwilling. It's just that my heart is tired. This is my birthday month. But unexpectedly, the luck that my horoscope promised ended up being used to deal with 2 rounds of being sick. It feels like 2 whole weeks just disappeared. This may appear as superstitious, but it could be accurate at times, as that was just a general prediction, not tailored according to my personal birth chart. But no matter what, I believe the universe won't treat me unfairly. My current peaceful living environment is proof of that. Maybe this is what I received as a reward for the pain I endured for decades. I choose to believe what destiny says, that my life will get better and better, that my later years will be peaceful, supported, and surrounded by love. The fruits of my inner cultivation, because to keep living, we must have hope. As for cultivating my speech, I managed to master it finally. I no longer complain. I no longer speak harshly to myself. And I no longer hold resentment toward anyone in my heart. I've also cultivating my body, which is to stay healthy physically and mentally. Although I hope for a slightly larger social circle, my current emotional situation still sets some limits. I have my routine of exercise, and I've gotten to know some neighbors. Even if I still keep a bit of distance, not daring to get too close. I believe one day this barrier will disappear, and I hope that day comes soon. Time passes so quickly nowadays anyway. I've also practiced cultivating virtue, which is to good deeds. I make a point to watch a selected animal rescue channel every day, never skipping the ads, always watching the entire video, always liking it. I hope this tiny gesture can offer them a bit of support. I try to be friendly to everyone, always greet people with a smile. Whenever I see my apartment cleaning lady while preparing breakfast facing the window, I give her a warm nod and greeting. Sometimes I give her items or food I purchased, but later realized I couldn't use. I hope this act of giving brings her a little help and a little joy. It also helps shift my own stagnant energy into something more positive, so that everyone benefits. To sum it up again, the path to letting go is this. First, understand the situation clearly. Acknowledge that it has already happened. Transform your mistakes into wisdom. Return your power back to yourself, and allow yourself to be reborn. The practical steps are: cultivate your speech. No harsh words toward yourself or others. Cultivate your body. Take care of your health. Cultivate your virtue. Do one good deed a day. Even the tiniest act counts. So far, this method has been working for me. It helped me shift from a deeply negative person into someone who can face life with more positivity. I've read many articles and watched many videos about psychology and spirituality, from Western to Eastern philosophies, metaphysics, astrology, etc. For me, I find Eastern philosophies and metaphysics suit me better. They reach the core of my soul and truly transforms my energy from the inside out. When the energy shifts, destiny changes. It changes within us internally towards externally. That's why we have to seek within us and not look for external. Someone as stubborn as me, who spent half a lifetime trying to escape the prison in my own mind. I think probably aren't that many like me out there. I was like a prisoner trapped in my fate. Only in the second half of my life did I slowly climb out of that prison, without falling back again. My emotion is much more stable now. And that's probably what acceptance and letting go feels like. Are you still facing this kind of struggle too? Try the method above. It just might help you.